France head into their World Cup quarterfinal against Morocco on Thursday as the tournament's most dominant side on paper. And much of the football world is now debating whether anyone can actually stop them. Didier Deschamps' team have won all 5 of their matches so far, scoring 14 goals while conceding just 2. They've hit 3 or more goals in 4 of those 5 games, a level of attacking output that has pundits, bookmakers, and former players increasingly convinced that France are the team to beat in this tournament. Former Arsenal striker Ian Wright is among those who have publicly backed France as one of the strongest World Cup favorites in recent memory. The attacking numbers explain why. Kylian Mbappe continues to be the focal point, but he's far from alone. Michael Olise, Ousmane Dembele, and Bradley Barcola have combined to give France a front line that few defenses in the world can comfortably handle. And with Desire Doué and Ryan Cherki available off the bench, France's attacking depth is arguably unmatched at this World Cup. Between Mbappe, Olise, and Dembele alone, the trio has been directly involved in 20 goals across the tournament so far. Defensively, the numbers are just as striking. France have conceded only twice in 5 matches, once while leading Senegal 3-0 and once while up 2-0 against Norway. In both cases, the goals came after the result was already effectively decided. William Saliba and Dayot Upamecano have anchored that backline, and crucially, France have not trailed at any point in this tournament. Their run to the quarterfinals hasn't been without obstacles. They played through a 2-hour weather delay in Philadelphia, competed in one match without Deschamps on the touchline after he returned home for his mother's funeral, and had to work through a physical, disruptive Paraguay side before finding a way to win. Their most eye-catching performance came against Sweden in the round of 32, when they registered 25 shots in a single match. Given all of that, it's not surprising that a large portion of the football media now views France as the clear favorite heading into the knockout stages. But not everyone agrees, and the counter-arguments are worth understanding. The most consistent alternative pick is Spain. Where France have dazzled with attacking firepower, Spain have taken a quieter, more controlled route through the tournament. They remain unbeaten in their last 35 matches across all competitions, a streak that stretches back well before this World Cup. Aside from a draw with Cape Verde, Spain haven't conceded a single goal in 4 wins, built largely around the partnership of young center-back Pau Cubarsí and the experienced Aymeric Laporte. In midfield, Rodri and Pedri have controlled tempo and possession, while width in their system has helped create space for Lamine Yamal, who is still working his way back to full sharpness after injury. Notably, Spain have beaten France in each of their last 2 meetings, a head-to-head record some pundits believe matters if the 2 sides were to meet later in the tournament. Spain advanced past Portugal in the round of 16 with a stoppage time winner. Another data point in favor of a team that has quietly built momentum without attracting the same attention as France. If both sides progress through their respective quarterfinals, a semi-final meeting between France and Spain would represent a repeat of the Euro 2024 semi-final, which Spain won 2-1 on their way to that title. Some analysts see that history as a warning sign for France, even amid their current form. There's also a broader historical argument being made that the most exciting, most free-scoring teams at a World Cup don't always go on to win it. Pundits have pointed to Brazil's talented but ultimately unsuccessful 1982 side, Denmark's attacking Danish dynamite team from 1986, Germany under Jurgen Klinsmann in 2006, and host nation Brazil in 2014 as examples of teams that dazzled through the group stages and early knockouts before falling short. The suggestion isn't that France will necessarily repeat that pattern, but that attacking brilliance alone hasn't historically guaranteed a trophy. A more tactical critique has also emerged around France's system. Since Olise was moved into a number 10 role, France's attack has become noticeably sharper. But some analysts question whether that same adjustment could become a liability against elite opposition, specifically whether France's midfield could be overrun if Olise isn't tracking back or contributing to defensive pressing against a team that dominates possession. Spain, given their possession-heavy approach, is viewed as the kind of side that could specifically test that weakness if the two teams were to meet. England have also entered the conversation as a potential obstacle. Some pundits believe that if France reached the final, it could be England, under Thomas Tuchel, who provide the toughest challenge. The reasoning centers on England's midfield trio of Declan Rice, Elliot Anderson, and Jude Bellingham, who are seen as physically capable of disrupting France's rhythm through the center of the pitch. England have also shown resilience this tournament, highlighted by a 3-2 win over Mexico in Mexico City that required them to fight from a difficult position. As for Thursday's immediate opponent, Morocco shouldn't be dismissed either. The Atlas Lions reached the semi-finals 4 years ago at the last World Cup, and several analysts believe their squad has developed further since then. Morocco have built a reputation for disciplined defending and for frustrating technically superior opponents. And some pundits argue that if they can replicate that approach against France, an upset is not out of the question, particularly at a stage of the tournament where matches often come down to fine margins. Not every voice agrees on how far that theory holds. Others maintain that France's attacking depth, their unbeaten run, and their ability to control games even under pressure, as shown against Paraguay, make them the side most likely to have enough in reserve to get past whatever challenge is placed in front of them, whether that's Morocco on Thursday or Spain in a potential semi-final. For now, France remain unbeaten, still yet to trail in a match, and heading into their quarterfinal as the most informed team left in the competition. Thursday's result against Morocco will offer the next test of whether that form holds up, with a potential semi-final against Spain or Belgium looming as the likely next major checkpoint in their campaign.